Tanse Guatawao. My name is Jeremy Albert and I am from Sweetgrass First Nation.
Tanse, my name is Leah Achenham and I'm originally from Jackfish Lake, Saskatchewan.
Tanche Kakiao Kiawao. My name is Cheryl Devon and I'm Métis. I'm from the Métis homelands, including Fort Saskatchewan, Edmonton, and Andrew.
Together, we are members of the First Nations, Métis, and Inuit education team within Elk Island Public Schools. September 30th is a National Day of Truth and Reconciliation, a fulfillment of the Truth and Reconciliation Commission's call to action number 80, which asks for the creation of a day to honor survivors, their families, and communities, and to ensure that public commemoration of the history and legacy of residential schools remains a vital component of the reconciliation process.
September 30th is a day to wear our orange shirts, to learn about the history of colonization and reflect on the personal responsibilities towards healing. It is a somber day of remembrance and commemoration. The day is a time for all Canadians to learn about the devastating and ongoing impacts of residential school system, the survivors, and the children who never returned home.
The National Day for Truth and Reconciliation coincides with Orange Shirt Day, which originated from the courage of Phyllis Webstad.
Phyllis bravely shared her story of having her orange shirt taken away on her first day of residential school when she was only 6 years of age.
Orange Shirt Day takes place annually on September 30th.
It was chosen to reflect the time of the year when children departed for residential school.
Residential schools were in operation for over 100 years, with the last school closing in 1996. They were not something that only happened a long time ago. Their harmful impacts are still felt within families and communities today. The province of Alberta had the most residential schools out of any other province or territory.
The Elk Island Schools Board of Trustees chose to acknowledge September 30th as a day of remembrance, meaning there will be no school that day. This year, schools within Elk Island Public are encouraged to mark and acknowledge the day on September 29th.
This is a day of learning about a dark chapter in our collective history. As such, National Day for Truth and Reconciliation is commemorative and solemn in nature. It is not like the celebratory nature of National Indigenous Peoples Day on June 21st. It is closer to Remembrance Day in its focus and feeling.
When you're at home for the Day of Truth and Reconciliation, decide how you want to use that day to either learn about the ongoing legacy of residential schools or reflect on the history.
You can also try to learn more about those who did not return home, or to simply be mindful of survivors and their stories.
You may choose to share with your family what you have learned,
Attend an event in your community, or read a book about residential schools.
You may also simply choose to sit quietly and think.
Whatever the day looks like for you, remember Phyllis's story, remember her orange shirt, and what it symbolizes for you, and why you wear one.
Remember the unmarked graves that were discovered in Kamloops and at many residential school sites across Canada.
Remember why we have a new federal holiday and what our personal responsibility is to give it life and meaning. Remember that each and every one of us has an important role in how this country heals and how we move forward together. While this is one day of the year and it has been chosen to focus on truth and reconciliation, we encourage each one of you to think with your head and with your hearts. How can learning about truth and reconciliation continue for all of the other days of the year?
As we conclude, we leave you with the sounds of the Secwépemc honor song shared last year to honor the missing children of Indian residential schools. The Secwépemc Nation invites you to learn the song, to sing and drum in unity.
Good morning, everyone. It is Thursday, September 29th, 2002, and it is day 4. And again, we are remembering the day of truth and reconciliation. Thank you for honoring that day with me and with the rest of the school. Today, we do have a couple of birthdays. We have Acacia in kindergarten. We've got Zachary in grade 1. We've got Lucy in grade 6. And then we have birthdays over the weekend as well. So we've got Erin on September 30th. On October 1st, we have Kendall in grade 1, Harley in grade 9, Alana in grade 9. For the announcements today, I wanted to let everybody know that we have swimming today for Personal Fitness 7 during both flex blocks and personal fitness periods. Please meet at the front doors after lunch and remember to be nice and quiet because there is a school on the other side the office is trying to work. Bus lineup. This may not pertain to all of you, but for the students that line up for buses, specifically bus 153, you know that there can sometimes be a mad rush for the front of the line. We're asking that even if you don't end up in the line that the bus stops by, that you calmly walk over to the back of the other line that has formed. This is really important as we had somebody get hurt yesterday because there was a mad flurry of activity as people tried to rush for the bus. Good word of the day. True contentment is not in having everything, but in being satisfied with everything you have. Now, that is something I have worked on a lot, and part of that is just gratitude. You know, when I start to feel a sense of, I wish I had that, maybe if you're looking through social media and you're comparing your life with other people's, to pause at the end of the day and just start listing 10 things, 20 things, challenge yourself to keep going, all the things that you're thankful for, and all the things that you see as God's blessings in your life. And it's surprising how that changes the way that you feel about your life and the way that you feel about what other people have and what you have. So I really encourage you to practice gratitude that way. If everybody can please rise for the Lord's Prayer. Our Father who art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come, thy will be done, on earth as it is in heaven. Give us this day our daily bread. Forgive us our debts, as we also have forgiven our debtors. And lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from the evil one. For thine is the kingdom, the power, and the glory, forever and ever. Amen. Have an excellent Thursday, and we will see you on Monday as you have the day on September 30th to reflect on that special day.